Okay, it looks like we are live. Welcome. This is our first episode of our Fear Free Fridays this month. Every single Friday during the month, we are going to have an expert on the show to help us talk about ways we can calm our pets because this is Pet Anxiety Awareness Month. And if you are one of the folks that have a dog who suffers from noise aversion, separation anxiety, fear of strangers, or trips to the vet, or traveling, you are in the right place because I have a fantastic guest. She is called the Pet Maestro. She's a Juilliard graduate who has literally dedicated her career to composing therapeutic music for dogs. And I'm so excited for you to meet her. And I'll introduce you in just a second. Best part of all, she's going to play for our pups today. So make sure the dogs are in the room with you so that they can listen along. And before I introduce Lisa, just a bit of housekeeping. Every month we do this special Pet Anxiety Awareness Month, and we always have a list of calming products that we recommend, that veterinarians recommend. And today I just want to share with you calming bites from Zesty Paws, because this is what Tulip, my dog Tulip, I don't know if you can see that. We use these for Tulip. They're all natural ingredients made here in the USA, things like L-theanine, ashwagandha, all the good stuff that we know that helps to calm dogs. They also make chews for cats. And in a little while, I'm going to put up a link where you can get a special discount code in case you're interested. And then I'll also link you to our calming capsule guide, which is special for this year. Okay, without further ado, my guest today is Lisa Spector. As I mentioned, she's a Juilliard graduate and an award-winning pianist. And Lisa, I just read this morning that you are the only classical pianist to reach Billboard's classical top 20 charts with your pet music.
I was the first. I don't know now, that was many years ago. No, now if I'm the only, but I definitely was the first. And I like to say my Juilliard degree has just gone to the dogs, and I couldn't be happier.
Oh, that's fantastic. You're gonna play two pieces for us today. And they're original pieces that you composed, I assume, right?
Actually, the second one I had composed for dogs, so we'll talk about that
Okay.
when we get there. The first one I rearranged, so it's a melody most people will recognize. It's
Ah,
from the Four Seasons of Vivaldi, but it's if I brought in a violinist to play for your dogs, that would charge their nervous system because
ah,
violin plays higher frequencies. Higher frequencies charge the canine nervous system. Lower frequencies, so I've arranged this for left hand only because left hand
ah.
is bass and it's lower frequencies. So if we just quick tip for everyone, if you just think about how you use your voice instinctively when you have
Mhm.
dogs and you're saying good night, good girl, you just drop into a lower voice without thinking about it, and your voice tends to speak in musical speak, we call it long legato sounds, very connecting sounds. If
Okay.
your dog is about to cross the street and you see a car coming, you're instinctively going to raise your voice and you're going to go into musical speak of what we call high pitched staccato, short sounds. Like,
Right.
she's a retired agility dog, and in the agility field, dogs love to take the tunnel when they're not supposed to. So we call our dogs with a high pitch, like, "Gee, here." I would do it higher than that, but I don't wanna alert her. So because
Right.
it gets their attention, that charges their nervous system. So the music that I record, mostly I curate, more I've done a little bit of arrangement, mostly I curate classical compositions because I can't improve upon Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms and Chopin, but what I can do is take the parts that work for your dogs, and I can, slow it down, and I can make sure all the dynamics are soft, so nothing alerting for your dog.
I see. I see. Well, you already referenced Gina there behind you. So can you just give us a quick introduction about Gina? And I know today's a very special day for her.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and move my bench a little for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see more of her. There you go.
Yeah.
So Gina is 15, 1-5
Woo!
today, and,
Happy birthday, Gina.
yeah, so a Labrador making it to 15, and in very good health. She runs, chases her ball every night, so she's good. I'm
Oh,
really couldn't be more thankful, couldn't be more blessed, and she's getting ready for tomorrow's party, so she's snoozing it up right now.
Well, we're gonna talk about the party in just a minute, but why don't you go ahead and play us the first piece, and, for those of you watching, go get your dogs, make sure the dogs are in the room for this beautiful calming music.
Okay, this is the Vivaldi arrangement for left hand only
Okay,
of Winter from the slow moment from Winter from Four Seasons.
gotcha. Alright, can't wait. Beautiful.
Thank you. So I also
Beautiful.
like to say the music that I record for dogs is also for people because it really is for both ends of the leash. Because if your dog has anxiety, generally speaking, and you love your dog, you're going to have anxiety. So it's for both ends of the leash to deal with anxiety on both sides.
Well, I know I'm very relaxed after listening to that, and it's hard to be relaxed when you're going live on Facebook and
Yeah.
YouTube at the same time. But look, I don't know if you can see my dog Tulip, she's sound asleep back there on her chair.
Oh, so
Mm,
sweet.
she's so relaxed.
Oh,
That was wonderful. Now, Lisa, I met you, oh my gosh, or at least I learned about you probably, I don't know, could it be 20 years
20. It
ago?
was 20. I started this project recording I came up with the idea of recording music for dogs and for kid anxiety 20 years ago, 21, 22
Yes.
2003, and then launched my first album with my then company, Through a Dog's Ear, in 2008. And at that point, we were one of the first to record music that was based on research, and everything I do now also is music that's based on research. And luckily,
Right.
the field has grown. There's been so much more research done in the last 20 years.
That's true. And yes, because I purchased through a dog's ear for my dog Buck, who had very, very advanced separation anxiety and noise anxiety. And I can remember what would work best for him when it was storming, because at the time we lived in Florida with thunderstorms every afternoon. I would put him in my car with me and we would play your music and he would just even if it was thundering outside, he would just relax. So
Oh,
I've been
that's
a
so
big fan
sweet.
for a long time. So
Oh, thank you.
but share with our viewers a little bit about how you became the pet calming maestro.
So I had this idea in 2003 when I was a volunteer puppy raiser for Guide Dogs for the Blind. That was just a volunteer position, and I was raising a 4-month-old, puppy named Sanchez.
Mhm.
And I also professionally owned a music school. And so I was really just looking for ways to find music that worked to calm my group of 4-year-old kids when they came in
Yeah.
wild and screaming to get their focus. And so I researched what music worked and I played it in my music school. And what I found is, it worked on the kids, and this puppy who was rambunctious. When you see working guide dogs, they've gone through a lot of training and they're
Sure.
really calm, but at 4 months old, they're all pretty rambunctious. So, this 4-month-old would go from, like, running around to snoozing in 30 seconds flat, and I thought, "Great, the kids are calm, but I'm really onto something with the dog," and I just investigated, and, like, what had it at that point, hardly anything had been done. There was one research study by Dr. Deborah Wells, a behaviorist, and she had done a study in the shelter environment in Ireland, and
Mhm.
testing classical music versus pop, jazz, control group, I think rap and TV. But here's and it worked that classical music was calming than the other more calming than the other music, which didn't surprise me at all. But here's the thing, is that classical music, what people don't realize is that when they say, "Oh, I play the classical music station or classical music app for my dog all day long," fantastic, that's the first start. But the
Mhm.
problem is that classical music is an enormously broad term. It's written over 400 years. It could be for solo instrument. It could be for
Uh-huh.
120-piece orchestra. It could be the Tchaikovsky 1812 overture with cannons
Mm.
coming out of the
Mm.
sound
Oh, wow.
system. And it could be Berlioz Symphonistique, which would not calm your dog. That would charge your dog's nervous system.
Right.
So
Right.
so this is classical music that's been curated and based on research of slower tempos, some lower frequencies,
Mhm.
and taking out the complex patterns and just staying with the simpler parts.
Gotcha. Okay, that's really helpful to know because I think we do tend to us lay people when it comes to music tend to think of, "Oh, classical music, it's all gonna be very calming and
Yeah,
soothing."
like what I just played, if that were played on violin, that would charge a dog's nervous system because
Yeah.
it's high frequency. So it really depends on there's so many variables. You have to know what you're choosing in the classical world.
Well, I want to talk about Gina in a second, but I just want to remind our viewers that we have launched our Calming Solutions capsule guide this year, which is chock full of our favorite calming solution products. These are not medications; these are drug free, veterinary recommended, and we are including my Zen Pet this year as part of our calming guide. And so it's a free download. So you guys run over to just or type over to petanxieityawareness.com to get your free guide. And there are lots of other resources besides products too, ways to help you find a veterinary behaviorist, to help your pet with their fear, anxiety, or stress symptoms, and also ways to find a fear-free veterinary hospital, which we'll talk about on another episode. But let's get back to Gina. I feel like I want to talk about her longevity. I mean, it is unusual for a Labrador Retriever to live to be 15. And you said not only is she 15 today, but she's a healthy 15.
She's a healthy 15, like, clean blood work, clean X-rays, a little arthritis, but not much. So
Uh-huh.
she comes from guide so she was bred by guide dogs, so that does help. They do a really good job with
Yeah.
breeding. She's a little smaller. She's a 50-pound dog, 45 when she was in her agility prime.
Yeah.
And and but also I raised her on this music. Like, I
Mm,
from day 1 at that point, I had Sanchez also, he was 7, and it was like he taught her, "When Lisa plays piano, it means you go to your bed and you just chill." And so you people can use this music as a prescription, like, not only
mhm.
to listen to every day or night with your dog before bedtime is a good time, but also, like, you can clinically, um, condition them to that the music actually means to chill. So then when the thunderstorms come in, you play it beforehand and they're already like
Right.
they might have a little bit of anxiety during the thunderstorms, but you're gonna take their stress level down. So getting back to Gina, so
Yeah.
when I adopted her, I was already into the agility world, so I got and that was one of the requirements from guide dogs. It was unusual to adopt a career change dog from guide dogs who said she needs to go to a sports home. She was a really high drive dog, but
Mm.
needed to work. So, and a really athletic body. So I got her into agility. She has since won 2 agility championship titles, one when she was 9 and one when she was 10. We've gone to nationals
Wow.
4 times, and she retired at age 13. And when
Uh-huh.
she retired because she's lost some eyesight, but in other
Mhm.
words, she didn't retire because of physicality of
Right.
arthritis or anything. It was really because of her eyesight. So she is active. We train every night. You can teach an old dog new tricks. We train every night. She goes bonkers get to get started in her training every night, and she's like 100 or something, I don't know. So
Right,
she takes
right.
long
And
naps,
people
but
do.
but cognitively, she's really active and just can loves to have work and loves to have jobs, and she's the love of my life, to tell you the truth.
Of
She's just
of
fabulous.
course, I'm sure she is. And I want you to tell us about her birthday party tomorrow because y people can join the party virtually, and it's
Yes.
free, and you've got some pretty cool stuff going on.
We do. So we have a virtual birthday party. It's at 2 Eastern time tomorrow, and Gina will be there. So I have an animal communicator, Kathy
Uh-huh.
Malkin, coming from, she's known as the Animal Muse. She's going to be having a conversation with Gina to tell us Gina's experience. She's also going to be having a conversation with a celebrity dog. So if you watch
Oh,
Hulu's
wow.
Only Murders in the Building with Steve Martin
Oh my
and
gosh.
and Martin Short and Selena Gomez, you probably know Winnie on the show. Her real name is Minnie. In real life,
Okay.
she's a bulldog, and so she's gonna be joining us, and Kat will be talking to her, and then we're giving prize giveaways. One of them is right on the spot. Kat will be, communicating and talking to your dog. Whoever wins that raffle prize, you have to be live,
Right there at the
and
party.
at the
Right
party, right
right
there at the
at the party.
party.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So here's the requirement, though. You have to have your dog on the screen while I'm playing the music.
Oh, okay.
So when do
Okay.
dogs get invited to be on the Zoom and just steal the camera? So
Right, exactly,
right?
and I would much rather see dogs on Zoom than people.
Exactly, we're tired of seeing the people. So
Yeah.
your dog has to be on screen and you have to show up live. So,
Okay.
and you have to register. And so
Yeah.
other prizes are I am giving away I do, meditations at the piano, Zen pause and piano meditations. I'm giving away one of those, and also, CBD, dog treats.
Uh-huh.
And I think there's one other I'm forgetting right now, but lots of prizes, and so show up, register, show up live, you'll get the replay also when you show up live, and then I'll be doing a mini concert there. Um, we'll see how much time, 10 to 15 minutes of music for your dogs to just chill out
Sure.
on a weekend. Yeah.
Now and you can register, it's at the bottom of the screen, I've got it running across, it's, wait, let me see it so it shows up again. So you're gonna register at gina.myzenpet.com/register. And if you didn't catch that, you can always obviously watch the replay, or I'm going to put all the important links in the comments when we wrap up the show today. So it'll be an easy way for people to find all those links. So I know that Gina has a hydrotherapy appointment coming up in a little bit. Is that
It's
part of her
one of our
wellness
others. It
program?
is one of Yeah, we started it in the last year, when she started getting less to exercise because of her age, and, oh my goodness, when you see her on this treadmill, she's underwater, and it's a
Uh-huh.
machine, and so she walks in and just a fabulous, hydrotherapy, alternative healer with her, and she a canine who's experienced with canine fitness, and
Mhm.
she loves it so much that when the treadmill stops, she keeps going. Like, she just keeps going, she just totally loves it, and it's all gradual,
Oh,
and it's so great for her joints. She just had her all X-rays, and the vet looked at us like, "This is not a 15-year-old, like,
it's
this is not."
amazing.
Yeah, so she has slowed down. I suppose not like she's off, she tugs every day, she chases her toys, but it's not like she does it all day long. But her
Right.
hydrotherapy, the first time she did is like, she's gonna be exhausted. They told me she's gonna be really tired. Oh my god, she came home, she was like, "Can we play some more?"
She was fired up instead.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So she's gonna have her hydrotherapy and it's gonna get her all ready for the birthday party tomorrow.
Fantastic. Well, why don't we have you play our second piece for the dogs now
Yeah.
and tell us what the name of it is?
So this is a piece written for your dogs. This piece was really written for dogs by the prescription that I talked about with the music requirements of bass.
Uh-huh.
You'll see I'm gonna use both hands this time. You'll see my right hand reaching down to the bass quite a bit. It's written by a current day award-winning composer, Zach Goluboff Davis. He's a friend of mine. He's also an agility judge and
Ah,
multi-talented, and that's how I met him on the agility field. And it's so beautiful. It's called Nocturne for Dogs. Nocturne just means nighttime, so Nocturne
right.
for Dogs. It's so beautiful, and I'm so honored to have this written for me to play for your dogs.
Well, and we are honored to get to hear it today. So thank you. Ah, oh, another beautiful piece.
And if your
Thank
dogs
you.
are snoring, it's a compliment.
Tulip is still asleep over my shoulder there. She's actually got her head buried in the pillow.
That's so cute.
That was beautiful, Lisa. So I've got a little scrolling message here on this on the screen that can people can get more information about music to calm dogs at your website, which is myzenpet.com/tips. Is there anywhere else we should go to find your music?
It's streaming. I should have given you that link too. It's lisaspector.hearnow,
Okay.
hearnow.com, and that leads to all the streaming platforms. So if you either ask Alexa or type or, however you get your streaming music,
Yeah.
it's on Spotify, Apple Music, uh, um, Amazon Music. I will tell
Okay.
you just interesting timing, but Apple Music is having a little glitch right now, and we're
Mm.
we're working on it. So, but it's normally there, and it's on all the other streaming platforms. It'll probably be fixed later today.
Yeah, let's hope so. And again, I'll make sure I put all those links in the comment and pin those to the top so that folks can find those. And don't forget to register for Gina's birthday party tomorrow. Um, and what is her pre-birthday party day look like besides her hydrotherapy coming up?
So she's has a whole bunch of presents that friends have brought her that are over here.
Oh,
Like,
oh my
one I opened
gosh.
last night as a food puzzle, a treat puzzle, so that was fun, we had to work on that. So she's
Uh,
got a whole bunch of, presents to get to after her hydrotherapy appointment.
wow. Fantastic, fantastic. Well, Lisa, this
Mm.
has been so much fun, and I so appreciate you taking time out of your day to play for us
Oh,
and
my honor. Thank
to
you.
educate us a little bit more about your music and how we can create a more calming environment for our dogs. I spoke to a veterinarian yesterday. Actually, he's launching a new TV on, I'm sorry, a new TV show on dog TV, and he was talking about music too. And he was pointing out the importance of making music part of your pet's routine, not
Exactly,
just
yeah.
waiting until you hear the fireworks outside and then trying to drown it out. That's not the ideal way to go about it,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, it's
Incorporate
my
it.
music just will never I don't c first of all, you don't wanna play it too loudly, that's one of the tips you'll get.
Okay. Yeah.
But also, it will never drown out fireworks, that is not the purpose, it is to
Yeah.
calm the canine nervous system so that they're gonna still hear the fireworks, but they'll be calmer doing it, and the sooner you can do it before July 4th if you're in the United States, or before fireworks in your country, the sooner you
Yeah.
can start doing that and condition them, like the vet was saying, yeah, that's why veterinarians prescribe my music, like, listen every
Yeah.
night with your person, sit on the couch and listen with your dog together and make it a routine, so that it's
Yeah.
not just, "Oh, when an anxiety happens, then where's the music? Because that you don't wanna have it just for the anxiety situations, you wanna condition
Right.
your dog, yeah.
Exactly. And routines are so important for our pets. I mean, they have a feeding routine, they have a going to potty routine. And so the more routines we can implement that help them to really just know what to anticipate and
Yeah.
put them in a relaxful state and getting enough exercise and all
I
that good
even
stuff.
heard a funny story, someone told me I hear all the stories of someone had that nightly routine, and then one time something happened and she forgot or something, she got distracted. The dog went to the speaker and started barking.
No.
Yeah, started barking to play them, and as soon as the music started, then stopped barking.
I love it. Well, that just shows how much the dog loved it because Tulip, if I forget it's dinner time, Tulip will go to
Yeah,
the drawer where I keep her food and she will bark.
yeah,
So
of course,
that's
yeah, it can be the same with music, yeah.
that's a great testament. Well, one more time, the Calming Solutions Capsule Guide, which includes all of our partners this year, including Lisa's My Zen Pet, are there. You can get the free download at petanxiettyawareness.com. And again, I'll put all those helpful links in for you, including, I almost forgot this one. If you want that special code for Zesty Paws, 20% off, it's ZP Calm 20. So we've got all kinds of calming treats for you and your dogs this month. So be sure to tune in every Friday when we do another Fear Free Friday episode with another fantastic expert. So Lisa, I wanted to thank you and have I'm going to try to come to the party tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic.
So I'm going to go register and I
Yeah,
can't
and
wait
put
to.
Tulip on screen.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah, maybe we can win
Yeah,
the
you'll be
the
in the drawing.
reading.
Yeah, you'll be in the drawing.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you again and I'll see you at the party.
Okay, sounds good, thank you.
Bye, Gina.
Good
Thanks
girl.